Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And we're actually transitioning a little in our reviews of the Rise of the Beast figures. We are now taking a look at what will be called the core line. Now, these are not core class figures. These are going to be deluxe and Voyager class figures that are free of gimmicks. Um, these were figures that were supposed to be out last year when the movie was originally going to be released and basically off the shelves by now. I'm mentioning all this because this is Wheeljack, and he comes from the Target exclusive Buzzworthy Bumblebee Jungle Pursuit, or Jungle Mission 3-pack, which is a repack of what was supposed to be individually released figures, but from last year. So this 3-pack was supposed to be out now when these figures were going to be basically off the shelves. And what's nice is it's Wheeljack, Cheetor, and Nightbird. Getting them together in that set, you do save a little bit of money. And apparently they are exactly the same as what will be in their individual releases, which have not been found yet. So, yeah. So if you want to get your hands on some of the deluxe figures, I don't even think those were going to be Wave 1 figures. So if you want to get your hands on some of the deluxes, the mainline deluxes early, go ahead. Because from what I can understand, the Studio Series figures, which are coming out now, the ones that are coming out now were supposed to come out now, year removed from the movie. But stuff like Wheeljack, I don't even think he's been announced yet. So that's going to be even further down the line. So getting that all out of the way, since these are traditional individual releases, I'm going to do them one at a time instead of doing the box set as a group review. Also, again, I'll mention this is from the Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. It's just that to save space on titles and stuff, I'm just saying Rise of the Beast because it's the same thing. So we're starting off in the Volkswagen van mode. Now, as far as I saw in the packaging and the instructions, this is not licensed, and you do not see here the Volkswagen logo. Very nice vehicle mode. I do appreciate the fading here with the name, the TV Pablo. I think that's supposed to be like a business or something. You do have weapon storage at the top. Now the instructions show if you're using this rear peg, you're supposed to turn it around like this. And then if it's up front here, it's going forward. I'm splitting the difference and I'm keeping it there. So other than that, I should mention that you see all this copper plastic. Don't worry, that's not, the legendary gold plastic. This is not going to explode on your hand. But it's a really nice vehicle mode. The transformation to vehicle mode is really nice. Unfortunately, it's the transformation out of vehicle mode, which I'm going to show you, which kind of ruins the figure for me. And and now we'll get into it when we get into the transformation, which we will do right now. Okay, so first thing you want to do is remove the gun. Now, as I just said, the transformation out of vehicle mode is anything but wonderful. And a lot of that has to do with how the feet here peg into place. It's a very tight connection. I mean, it's beautiful. It holds the vehicle mode together. It's great. But as you'll see, getting those feet out and the fact that this whole section here is clear plastic, this figure is going to break sooner than later. And it actually has pretty much ruined my opinion of the figure. When I first saw it, when I first got it, I'm like, oh, this is really nice. But then when I tried to transform it back to robot and I realized what a problem getting the feet out were going to be and how it will lead to breakage at some point, even with using the most care you can, very disappointing. So first thing you want to do is come underneath here and swing up this double bar section. It's kind of cool how this is handled because this becomes like straps in the robot mode, and here it's just like a little bit like the suspension. And yeah, you're going to knock this back and forth a couple times, so just be mindful of that. Next thing you want to do is come around the back here, pop this panel free, and then just wiggle jiggle it out a little, up up like that. Now we're going to start splitting from the instructions. First thing, pull that back section up a little just to give you some space, and then go ahead and swing these arms down. and you're swinging the arms down to give yourself some leverage here, because the next part is, and this is not something you're supposed to do right now, but you have to be able to get in there and get the leverage you need to get the feet out, is you want to unpeg the arms from the side panels here. And they naturally are going to want to rotate up and swing into place. But you want to keep them forward because right there is the feet. And basically what's going on is there is a tab here that would actually fix it into the groove of the foot there. But there's also a tab, I'm just going to use the gun here, right there. Like, right there, that basically is holding the foot in place. That's all clear plastic, and you're supposed to be able just to pull this out, and you can't. What you have to do is finagle with with your hand to get both the pegs out, and then that will give you the ability to pull the feet back. And you want to, it ain't pretty, it ain't easy. You're going to feel like you're breaking something because you pretty much almost are. And oh boy, and just pull back. And it, oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh boy, this is. I'm not kidding. This is not pleasant. This is tough, and it's like I'm trying not to force it more. Okay, there, you got him out. You see how tight that is? Yeah, that's gonna basically be a problem over time. So now you got the feet loose. Go ahead, flip them up, rotate this section back. Go ahead and separate the limbs now, the legs. They kind of sandwich together. Uh, leave those panels open. What you want to do now is with these brown panels, rotate them around. There's a tab there that's going to go into a slot right above the ankle. So just fold them up, peg it in, make sure it holds. Do it again on this side. And let me just say, if any of you have any ideas how to make that easier, please feel free to share them in the comments. Also, I got this from a private seller who Target had these in stock. I have not had a chance to go to my Target to see if they have anything, so I'm just sharing that. Unbend the knees. That'll straight, and then what you can do is close these panels. They will just basically sandwich here on the back. You got some tabs there that will interlock with the slots. And so you basically now have that lower section done. What you want to do now is go ahead and just fold those door panels back. They swing out and then fold back. And now the arms, and this is actually a really cool part of the transformation. A lot of this transformation is like really cool. It's just the fact that one part with the feet, it ruins everything. The arms accordion into place. You're on a series of hinges, so you want to bring them out. And there's also a ball joint involved. So you want to have the joint flat like that. And then you can see here how you want to have it folded up, just like so. So bring it out like that. There we go. And then for a little cool bit with the arms, swing them up and then swing them down with the shoulder pad. That will actually give you a bit of rotation down into place. The next step is you want to collapse this back section up and then flip what the front of the van down, and it kind of scrapes on the head, which kind of annoys me. And there's a tab here on the bottom that will go into the torso there that will help secure it in place. And then this whole backpack slides on a track down and snaps into place. Now the final touch, you want to lift the arms out of the way, come in underneath here, and the push on that bronze section under the armpit, and you'll fold up these little panels here that where the headlights are. Flip these tabs up. This what was the suspension section, I guess, and then bring it down. There's tabs on the inside that will hold it into place, and there you have Wheeljack in its robot mode. You do have, of course, if you want weapon storage there on the back, you can put the weapon in the hand. The first time I did it, very tight, very, very, uh, the very tight fit. But I've doing it a couple times. It's worked out. Now, one thing I want to point out is just take a look at these legs and how they naturally curve out and down. That's actually to help give the vehicle mode a curve. That's a nice little touch, and how it works out, and then you get this like natural looking A stance for the vehicle. There's in terms of articulation, you got the ball joints here at the hip. You have a deep knee bend there. You do have the feet are on ball joints, so you have rotation, ankle pivot. You do have a waist swivel, believe it or not, and you do have the ball joint, as I mentioned, in the shoulder. You have that little armpit joint there, swivel at the bicep, 90-degree bend at the elbow, nothing at the hands. Let's take a look at the head. As you can see, uh, the head is, of course, one of the more controversial parts of this figure. Nice little Autobot logo. The goggles are in that clear plastic. They don't flip up, but the head is on a ball joint, so you do have a little bit of movement there. So it's kind of cool. I mean, this is a cool robot mode. I mean, the blaster looks awesome. I mean, and as I said, like the transformation, it's like it's really not that bad. It's just that one part with the feet that I know is going to lead to breakage, and that's a little disappointing. Now, quick word: the 3-pack that's available at Target, it's an open-faced front. Um, Cheetor and Wheeljack actually just sit on the tray. They're secured in place by plastic strips, not the recyclable ties, which kind of make me wonder if Target is starting to put the law down on Hasbro. Nightboard just does stick out. So just keep in mind that when you go to, if you're using the box for storage like I do, Wheeljack's going to be a little loose. There's really no way to secure it in the packaging. I think what I'm going to have to do is maybe wrap it in some bubble wrap individually when all is said and done. Now, one other thing I want to mention is this is supposed to be a kid-friendly figure because the main line is basically the generic kid line. And yes, technically all the Transformers are made for kids. But yeah, let me just mention the fact that, as you saw, this was very difficult. And I don't see a kid being able to do this. Also, at the time of this recording, which is I think April 3rd, uh, we've just had revealed that there will be a Beast Weaponizer 2-pack with Wheeljack, a different version of Wheeljack, a much simpler Wheeljack, packaged with a repaint of Rhinox. Why they're doing that, I don't know, but uh, it's kind of stinks that that's coming and they've already released. Most of us have already gotten that Rhinox. I mean, who's going to wait to get a butt Gatling gun figure? But that is coming. So if you want Wheeljack, but you're a little concerned that you think that this might be a little too complicated for yourself or that special someone in your life. But yeah, that's about it for the review. We will come back and I will share my final thoughts. So, even though this is a really fun figure, and it's like a great transformation, at least to vehicle mode, because of that danger with the clear plastic and getting the feet out, I have to say Wheeljack is a pass. And this is surprising. I've loved everything the Rise of the Beast line has done thus far, but Wheeljack I just have to give a pass to. It's not a question of if, but when the figure's going to break. And it really that one step really takes away from the enjoyment. There will be other Wheeljack figures in the line that I'm sure will handle things a little bit better, I hope. But for this one, I have to pass. Now, as I said, this is coming in the Target 3 pack, which is the way you can get it right now, and it does end up being a little bit cheaper than say buying the individual release. So with that being said, the fact that you're getting two other figures and that they're all discounted, that way I feel a little comfortable that if you have to have Wheeljack, that's the best way to get it. But buying it individually, um, unless it's on sale or something, it's just, yeah, really, you just have to pass on it. I mean, unless there's something like so stupidly simple that I'm missing that will make that transformation better that you don't have to flex that clear plastic. Yeah, it really is a pass, which is a shame because it's a great looking figure. The articulation is there. The transformation is fun, and I love how things come together. It's just that one step ruins it. But that's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. I always appreciate the views, but the likes, comments, and subscriptions help to communicate to YouTube through their algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tiers, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you bring figures like this to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, if you can't swing the $1 a month, $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Uh, Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous Sunday. You guys have been with me for over 10 years, and I appreciate it. For those of you who are just joining me now because these are movie figures and you're only movie fans, do yourself a favor, check out some of my other reviews. We do have a good time here, I like to say, and I do like to think I have a little bit of an eclectic taste to what I will review and bring to you, which is a little bit out of the norm of the average Transformer collector. Or I should say action figure collector. But that's about it for the review for Wheeljack. This is your old pal Chuck. We will see you next time.